Hello and welcome to my easy to understand guide to the Voice website and industry. This video is going to be particularly relevant for you if you are studying AQA A-level media studies, as it's currently one of the set texts on that specification. In the 1980s, Barclays Bank were trying to give themselves a slightly better representation. They had a lot of interests and investments in South Africa, and at the time, throughout a lot of the 20th century, there was a huge amount of racial discrimination, segregation, and the apartheid happening in South Africa at the time. And they'd gathered themselves quite a bad reputation for investing funds in this country that was segregating people basically in terms of ethnicity. So Barclays Bank made a decision that they wanted to invest more in black businesses, which was very handy because, to be honest, trying to get funding for a magazine and their website, which was essentially going to be targeting a black community, would have been seen as really high risk and very difficult to get funding for at the time. They also got some funding to start up from the Loan Guarantee Scheme, which was something that was run by the Conservative government, by the Thatcher government at the time. It was basically to help unemployed people start new businesses. At the time, The Voice was the only British newspaper aimed at a black audience. The magazine itself is owned by the GV Media Group, and they have a parent company, which is the Jamaican National Group. And these aren't massive companies, but they are companies that do specifically invest and help to run a variety of businesses focused on black communities. The printed paper is obviously what existed first in the 80s and the 90s. The problem, though, is that a lot of printed media products are failing. So many people are getting their media content online now that a lot of people are no longer buying printed magazines and newspapers, and the circulation is falling. So these companies are having to move online in order to try and maintain audiences and maintain their revenue. One of the things that these companies often do in order to try and increase their revenue is to offer online advertising to brands. Obviously, brands don't want to pay really to place adverts in printed products anymore if the audiences aren't really reading them. So online advertising is becoming increasingly popular, and there are a range of online advertising opportunities available on the Voice website. A lot of the adverts are personalised. They actually store cookies on your computer, and you have to agree for them to do this. And if you do so, the adverts that appear on the website are personalised to you and what they think you are going to like as a reader. They also offer brands the opportunities to do advertorials, which is essentially an article designed to look like an advert. Brands often like this because it makes the advert feel a bit more natural. One thing they have to be careful, though, is they have to be careful to label these as paid for promotions, paid for sponsorships, paid for content, advertorials, because the regulators in the UK, companies like Ipso that regulate newspapers and magazines, they're very clear about making it obvious to a reader when content is either natural content or whether it has been paid for by a company. They also offer audiences the opportunity to donate or to support them. There is a support us button on the website itself, and they say donations are accepted. And this just shows that the magazine newspaper industries are struggling, that these companies actually need to almost crowdfund from their audiences in order to stay afloat. Social media is obviously very important to magazines and newspapers. They use their social media to drive traffic back to their website because that's where they're going to earn their advertising revenue, and that's potentially where people are going to donate to them. So constantly using thumbnail images, clickbait articles, trying to get people to then click on them and go to their website, but also just to promote the brand as well and to kind of increase their global reach to the billions of people online. They do also sell a range of things on their website as well, such as special edition books celebrating the history of the newspaper. And they also encourage readers to subscribe to the printed version of the newspaper as well. Another way that they've managed to make more revenue is by allowing companies to advertise jobs on their website. Companies will have to pay a fee to do this, and a lot of businesses who are looking to increase the diversity at their companies
will really like this as a method of recruitment.
Although the website obviously has a commercial aspect because they are making money from it, they're asking for donations, they are working with advertisers, it almost feels a little bit more like a public service that they're performing because they are trying to educate their readers and their users. And a lot of their content is designed to feel more educational rather than commercial. So that was my easy to understand guide to the voice website and industry. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other content that's going to be relevant for you, including for the voice. And if you would like a video that I don't already have, leave a little comment below and I'll add it to my to-do list.